Hey 1%ers, are you ready to test out your shoulders? Here's what it breaks down to. We want to see how strong are you left to right and press to pull. And then we're also going to compare strict pull-ups as the fifth kind of vital sign of your shoulders right here. All we're looking for is we're going to build up some weight. All right. For all of these, the rule is we got to be a little bit faster up and then slower going down. When you get into these reps where you're like grinding a rep and then you fall down, that's a no rep. That's when we stop the test, okay? But we're looking to see kind of a max out and build up the weight of how many reps can you do. Pull, okay? I'm gonna do left versus my right, okay? And I'm gonna build up those reps. I'm actually gonna take us through my testing today, okay? And I'm gonna see where my shoulders are. Again, left, right, pull to push, and that's 20 pounds right now. I'm probably gonna go a little bit heavier, and my test is actually gonna happen around 53 pounds is my probably where I'm aiming for, having done these a few times before. So I want you to pick, especially if you have access to good increments of weight, where you're gonna finish between 10 and 20 reps of a true max, okay? That's what gives us some really good information. If you finish above 20, not the biggest deal in the world, but it might mean that you just didn't test very enough. We want to have a good stimulus for this test. If you're below 10 on these tests, again, that's fine, and we just want to see what that's like. If you have 10 here, 5 here, that gives us some really good information. So we're going to look at my testing. I'm going to warm up a little bit more, and what I did was warmed up, built up weights. I only have up to 30 pounds on my dumbbells. So then I did a few other things with bands, different resistances, different angles, just making sure my shoulders are nice and loose and warm, okay? When you feel ready, then you go into the testing. Again, it's not the end of the world if we haven't perfectly primed you. At the end of the day, this is just a test. Don't put too much stress on it. So I like to start with my dominant hand, which is my right hand, okay? And I'm gonna see how many I can do. I'm pretty sure my right hand is stronger than my left. If I have numbers from before, which I actually do, I can compare and see what I want to aim for. For me, I think the last time I did this, my right hand got, I want to say 14 reps, and my left hand got 13 reps, or something like that. So I have that somewhere in my log, but right now, we're going to start it up. So here we go. So that was a little challenge, not too bad, but I got 14, left and right. I probably could have fought for one more rep on both sides. I felt pretty even, so that's something to check in on, is how even do you feel? So yeah, my only thing that I would say is after the 14th, even though I felt like kind of stopping, I should have at least tried, even if it only got to here. That would have been the end of the test, but at least I could have tested myself that way. I sped up the pulls, but if you were able to catch it, I'm able to get here. I don't need to pause there, and I'm just controlling it down. I'm able to take about a second or two here just to reset. If I need to re-grip, I can do that as well. So that's all that is. Let's see how the presses go. Let's see it. Whew. So that was 18 on my right. About to do my left. I actually stopped there, felt pretty strong. I know my press is pretty good, but I felt that the press out was getting slower than the coming down. So that being the rule, you always want you gotta go up faster, then you come down slower. If you can't maintain that, that's the end of the test. So I would have tried one more. I think I still could have got it up slow, but that was kind of all the information I needed from the right arm. And now my left arm, which again is definitely weaker, and traditionally, although it was good on the pulls, something I've been working on, so they were even. For the press, I'm anticipating, and I'm gonna see if I can get to 18 with that left arm, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. So, listening to the playoffs, NFL here, it's the little garage gym setup. 15 reps on the left, 18 on the right. I would say I was pretty close to failure. Might have been able to squeak one more out. So 3 reps difference on the press. But again, those numbers should actually be equal to the pulls. My right arm has always been stronger. I was a quarterback in high school. I'm a righty. One other test that we do off of this before we go to the pull-ups that we add in is simple mobility. So how high up can I get my left hand? Okay, and I'm able to get that up to in between the shoulder blades here. Okay, and then compare that to the right. A little bit tighter, if you can see that. And that again makes sense. It's a little reminder, I need to keep loosening up the pecs and this dominant right arm. Everything is happening there. I try to do as much as I can on my left, brush my teeth, comb my hair, all that stuff with my left, but we have the imbalances. Let's take a look at what that actually looks. So looking at the results up here, actually this is my wife Maha's results. She did 25 pounds. She did test the pull-ups. I think she got 5 reps. We can add that in. I like to put that kind of in the middle, or we could put it down on the side if that's too distracting there. Anyway, so very relatively even. Obviously, pull-ups are not in that number, but this pull-up should be testing. So obviously there's going to be some pull strength that we need to build up, but this weight that we should test at should be 1/3 of body weight. So for her, I think she weighs about 120, so that actually should be at 40 pounds. I'm at about 200 pounds. Haven't weighed myself in a while, but my testing should have been a little bit heavier, so that would have seen the numbers probably go down. And I haven't done my strict pull-up test yet, so we're gonna see what that number is. But right now, the pulls, not as strong as the presses, which again, I would expect a little bit, and just reminds me to see where we're at on shoulder health. And we also saw the right arm being a little bit tighter in that internal rotation, that back scratch test versus the left. Let's see what the pull-ups look like. I'm pretty warmed up, but I don't expect me to be getting these numbers. Haven't done this many in a while, but let's see what happens. Yeah, it's a little rusty. I have the iron gym up here for the doorway home gym. So I actually did neutral grip, palms facing each other, versus the pronated grip or the supinated grip, chin up. Pronated grip is a wide grip on this anyway. So I felt neutral grip would give me a good test. In the next few days, I might actually also test the other ones. Yeah, I just haven't done that much volume with pull-ups in a while, so that's my excuse, but the numbers are what the numbers are. So that was 9 strict pull-ups, and then interestingly, again, because if I didn't test my press and pull at 1/3 my body weight, the next weight I would have had was 70 pounds out here, I think. I don't know if there's any other way I can get anything between 53 and 70. So, but technically if I weigh 210, my weight, I should test at 70 pounds. Because I weigh 200 or so, let's say 195, my weight should be about 66 pounds or 65 pounds. Around there somewhere, so yeah, right? Something like that. I think my math is right. So whatever the number is, when we have all that for you, that's really what matters. My numbers are something I'm gonna look at, I'm gonna work on. Again, if you have limited access to things, we can still work with those numbers. And again, for the pull-ups to be 9 compared to 18 press on my right and 15 on my left, those numbers should be even, but again, those are going to be less if I test at 70. So I might test at 70 and I might have less than 9, so the 9 strict pull-ups for me might actually be pretty good right now. So I'll test the 70 maybe later this week, but the point is, for this video, was to make sure you understand the concept of the testing. In terms of numbers, you and I can discuss that before you do the testing. So let me know what you have question-wise. Really curious to hear what your results are so we can figure out what the next game plan is. Again, for me, I'm going to probably do a few more high pulls so that my press and pull will even out, and that means for every warm-up for the next 2 weeks or so, I might grab 20 pounds that's relatively light and just get 20 reps, just get some high volume in so that I'm getting the body, the shoulders a little more prepared for that. My right shoulder's a little tighter than my left right now. Want to even that out as much as I can. Get the pec loosened up in here, lacrosse ball to the pec. So those are going to be some of the big things. Again, I do want to test at 70 pounds. If I can get a 60 or 65 pounder, I might test there, but not the biggest deal in the world if we can't get that. And see what 70 pounds gets me. And again, we can kind of figure out where all those numbers even out. So if you have questions, send them, comment, do all that good stuff. Excited to, again, see where we get with you guys. Get 1% better today. Assess, don't guess. That's what this is all about. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go.